All right, everyone. Now I want to go ahead and talk about what I recently fell in love doing in 2018, and that is podcast. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get my podcast off the ground, I had so many questions in the head. How do I record? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and other platforms people like to listen to? And especially, how do I even start monetizing my podcast? Believe it or not, the answer to every single one of these questions is quite simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it is 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with amazing sponsors too, so you can get paid to podcast. My experience so far on using Anchor is just simply amazing. I never knew that you can actually do the three most important things for podcasting for free: record, distribute, and most importantly, monetize. And so far, I am freaking loving Anchor at the very moment, ladies and gentlemen. Best decision I've ever made in 2019. So if you have always wanted to start your own podcast while making money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start and join me, the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchors.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Chance, man, you made it.
I don't know if you heard, but I got a new inspirational and motivational podcast just for you as I share my valuable thoughts and rants of entrepreneurship and so much more. This is Limdimas, your host, signing in, and get ready to listen to another amazing episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show. Let's get this shit started. What's going on, guys? I'm back again for another new episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show. First and foremost, I have a confession to make for everyone who regularly listens to this podcast that I'm creating every month. First, I've been kind of becoming inconsistent with my podcast episodes released lately, and I regret ever making that dumb mistake because the more that I'm becoming more inconsistent with my episode releases and so on, the more I'm losing traction to my loyal audience out there. The point is, and to be real honest with you guys, creating content for this podcast alone is not an easy task to complete, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only podcaster out there who feels that way. To me, I'm not just doing this podcast alone. As you guys know, that I'm an aspiring entrepreneur who has a side hustle as well, and so much more. In other words, I gotta get better on my time management skills because I fucking suck at it. So, to get this episode started, I want to go ahead and recommend you checking out the previous episode where I discuss how you can win more in life with 9 amazing tips I've given out. So go ahead and check the link below in this video if you're listening through YouTube, and make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And the way how I'm going to be rolling out this episode is that I'll be discussing the pros and cons of winning and losing. Anyways, enough of me rambling and bitching around why I haven't been active and so on. Let's get on to the most important agenda of this episode. And trust me guys, you will love this episode as I present you today why winning isn't really everything, but sometimes it's good to lose as well. Since the beginning of our school years, we have been taught that winning is a great thing to achieve in every aspect of life, and we have been also programmed to see losing or failing as a bad thing for us, and it usually indicates that's the end of it. No restarts whatsoever. Well, I simply can't agree with that bad mentality, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is a really fucked up mentality to have, and especially to teach to anyone. Yes, I'm talking about to your children, students, I mean everyone. Although, when it comes to learning life lessons, growing and developing as a better person, in the perspective of an entrepreneur, content creator, independent artist, and so on, which is more beneficial to you guys, winning or losing? Let's have a look. Alright, I would like to get started by briefly discussing the real benefit of winning. As I have mentioned earlier, everybody wants to win all the fucking time, and I, for one, get it, ladies and gentlemen. In the previous episode, I have stated that what I truly think about winning, and if you listen to that episode, I may have a tone that I'm totally against winning, and that's perfectly fine if you think that way. But actually, I'm more like on the neutral side of both winning and losing, because at the end of the day, both sides are good from the perspective of an entrepreneur. So the first benefit of winning is it's a great way for them to boost up their confidence level. To some people out there, there's nothing better and sweeter than feeling fucking great about yourself, and it's the easiest way to build your self-confidence. Also, winning all the time gives you that sense of validation or affirmation. I mean, after all, winning a monumental event sets a fucking proof that you did right and you busted your asses off hustling and grinding like a fucking boss. Also, winning all the time motivates us to keep on doing what we're passionate about, and it fucking drives us to be better than yesterday. In short, it just feels fucking great to win. Oh, it really is. Now that we got covered, let me go ahead and get on to the bad part about winning. And I already have a feeling that what I'm about to say will definitely get your eyebrows raise so fucking high that you're starting to wonder, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And you know what? That's perfectly natural, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, we all know winning all the time is a fucking great feeling to have, right? Then let me ask you guys a question. Where did the phrase, winning isn't everything, come from then? If you know so, then I would love to hear it from you guys down the comments below to start a discussion there, and even on social media as well. Now, here's the deal about winning. If you constantly win all the time, then did you know that the fucking great feeling you've been receiving will eventually fade out, and worst case scenario, you're gonna lose that drive to get better. In other words, you'll get fucking bored as hell eventually, and you're more than likely to start to go in an autopilot lifestyle, which leads you on creating and developing your own negative habit. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not realize it, but this is a huge fucking deal for us entrepreneurs out there. In addition, constantly winning or winning early can have a negative impact on your life because it gives you that false sense of your own ability. Just because you win all the fucking time, that doesn't mean you're the best of the best. This is especially an alarming mentality for all kids out there who have been raised differently from the rest of us. Now that I got the pros and cons of winning, let's get on to the next part. And I honestly truly believe that I have some serious beef or even an amazing rant I would love to discuss with you guys at the end of this episode. Anyways, back to the topic, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys hate losing all the time? It fucking sucks, doesn't it? Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. I know that feeling. The feeling of losing, knowing the taste of defeat and even humiliation and all the negative things you hear about losing. Trust me, guys. I'm no different than the rest of you guys. I've lost so many times that there are days I've even questioned myself how I even managed to hold on and stay strong no matter what's ahead of me. To this day, I still wonder how. Now, I know some of you guys out there on the blue already scratching your fucking heads up and puzzled what's so beneficial about losing. Well, I'm glad that you're curious about it. Let me tell you that. The simplest way to put it is that losing fucking builds character. Yes, sir. You hear me loud and clear. Winning isn't the only thing that builds character because losing also contributes to the foundation of every successful people out there. Even Gary Vaynerchuk will tell you that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you another important question about life. What do you think is the most important life lesson you learned throughout your life? I highly encourage you guys to go ahead and drop a comment below and let me know what is that most important life lesson. Well, it's about time to go ahead and let you guys know what I think about that question. I asked you earlier about that. So brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Here we fucking go. My grandfather once taught me that losing or defeat is one of the fucking greatest and most important life lessons you'll ever learn throughout your lifetime. Dead fucking serious, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have to understand that losing or failing is not a one-time thing. I can tell you for sure that you will face more losses than you ever realize. And it's not about how many times you win on a lifetime. It's all fucking about how you pick yourself up and get going on like a true fucking boss. That's really there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I may have some more thoughts about losing, but I want to go ahead and talk about the most important aspect about losing. And not only it builds up your character, but it also provides your why and purpose as well. These are very important when it comes to building up your character, and especially for an aspiring entrepreneur. Like, with that being said, it makes you strive to be better and achieve what you couldn't. Besides, losing forces you to evaluate yourself and think deeply about why you lose in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, the only sure way you can make changes and improve your in life is to simply look in the mirror, ask yourself this serious question: what the fuck did I do to lose that? What can I do to fix it? This is the very question you need to start asking yourself more often when you're in the depths of losing. With that, I can tell you for sure you'll start winning more and you'll feel much better. Now that we got that benefit of losing out of the way, then let's go ahead and wrap up this episode by stating the real bad part about losing. So you might ask, what's the worst part about losing? Oh man, now that you ask, that's fucking easy. Fucking losing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, everyone should know that by now. But let me elaborate this a little bit. First, no one, and I mean no matter who the fuck you are, no one wants to lose because it makes them feel shitty and worse. I mean, I get it, guys. Plus, losing constantly has the huge potential to turn you off from something that you're passionate about. True start. Let me tell you guys a great example, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say you're aiming to be a full-time streamer, or even better, the next ninja who will change the course of gaming history and so on. Let's say you're getting started with this course of action and you're really fucking passionate about gaming, all fucking excited and so on. And yet, you're forgetting that this is not a fucking easy path to go on, because you gotta remember that Ninja or Tyler for sure have to face different losses and failures in order for him to get to what he's very passionate about. Now, I'm not here to fucking discourage you to stop what you're passionate about. Matter of fact, I'm here to fucking encourage the hell out of you to keep going and keep hustling hard on what you love to do. Hell yeah. So what's my fucking point? My point is, first time you start doing this, it won't be easy, and I'm certain that you'll get discouraged pretty easily. And hey, that's fucking natural, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let that shit get in your head. Just don't, because it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the fucking beginning of your overall success. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I have discussed the good and bad part of winning and losing. No matter how you see it, there's always something good to it, good or bad, no matter fucking what. And for me to fully wrap up this episode, I would like to say some few important points of this episode. You don't want to miss this out. So, what are my thoughts from this episode, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let's see. There are so many things to cover, but I decided to go on to the most important point that you guys need to remember all the time. And this is the only thing you guys need to remember. So here it goes. I know I said this plenty of times during this episode, but that's because this is very important to know when it comes to losing and winning. And I'll say it again. Everybody wants to win all the fucking time because it makes them feel good and accomplished, and at the same time, everybody doesn't want to lose either because it makes them feel shitty and crap. Straight fucking facts, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm very thankful for everyone taking the time to listen to today's episodes. I'm seriously fucking passionate on what I do on this podcast. I'm just very passionate about entrepreneurship and especially business-wise as well, because it lets me share my value to the rest of you guys who love to hustle and grind like a fucking boss. Ladies and gents, just wanted to ask a quick favor that it would be fucking awesome if you guys can support this aspiring podcast by checking out the official page through Anchor, and through there you guys can donate any amount you want, starting from 99 cents to $9.99. With this, I can create more amazing and especially inspirational episodes that you guys enjoy every. And if you find this episode inspiring and motivational, it would be awesome if you guys can drop an honest review on iTunes, or go ahead, leave a voice message if you're listening through the Anchor app. Make sure to go ahead and follow us on our social media networks. We are currently live on Twitter, and we are also now live again on our Facebook page as well. So I encourage you guys to follow us there. The links to those social medias will be at the description below, or just go ahead and check us out on Twitter at H Factory Podcast. I have all my links in there and so on. And don't forget that the Hustle Factory Podcast show is now on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, every new episode will be uploaded as well on YouTube, and I gotta be honest again, there are only like 2 videos there at the moment there because I'm still kind of getting the hang with the service that I'm using in order for me to automate my podcast into YouTube videos, and I do apologize about that. Before you stop this episode, I just need to ask one last favor, and make sure you hit that big fat subscribe button below and somewhere in the video, hopefully. And don't forget, turn on those notification bell icon to get updates on the new episodes published on YouTube month. To me, each follows and subs means the world to me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where once again, I'm really thankful for every single one of you guys listening to this episode. I really fucking passionate on what I do here, and I have really put so much effort on creating each of these episodes every month and every moment. I am fucking loving it. I just gotta ask you guys a quick question. Does it really matter if you win or lose, or whatever your thoughts? I would love to hear them out in the comments below. And please, I highly encourage every single one of you guys to post your thoughts here, or you can also send me a tweet as well on Twitter at H Factory Podcast about this episode. Other than that, guys, what are some of your thoughts on this episode? Are there any other important points that I didn't cover or perhaps missed out? Well, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to go ahead and put your thoughts in the comments below, whether on social media or perhaps on your YouTube channel, so we can go and start a discussion thread in there. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that fucking ridiculously big fat thumbs up button as well. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Limdimas signing out. Thank you, everyone.